captured, sucked up, and processed. So things are going very smoothly. The fire department is getting ready to demobilize. In other words, we're going to start turning it over to the DEEP. In case of another emergency or something unforeseen, they would call us and we'd respond back here. But right now, the emergency of this situation is over. All the tests of the river so far have come back negative or non-detectors, as they tell us. They aren't detecting any amount of pollutants in the river from the spill at this time. There was some detection in the road area that we had excavated in the beginning, and that area was had some hits, and they went down another 2 feet. So there is no more. We're waiting for results. So they'll continue to test and dig anywhere that they find any traces whatsoever. So that's about where we're at this point. The roof has been replaced. They just re-power washed all the inside of the storm drain system. That's a noise that we heard a few minutes ago. If you have questions, I'm willing to answer them.
The wells, the 2 town wells, have they been reopened?
Nope, the town wells are still shut down. We had a meeting with a whole bunch of people earlier today to discuss that. We're going to do some more sampling for an abundance of caution. But they're just keeping them off at this point.
What are you telling them? Yeah. How long? What are you telling them as you meet
I'm
with them?
not telling them anything. That's the town water department that makes the decision as to whether or not to turn the wells back on.
Okay, I don't know how long, or that's just still in the air.
You'd have to talk to the town water department to figure out when they're going to do it. But it looks like at least they want to run a couple more tests, a little bit different than the original tests, and probably another 3-4 days, maybe 5 tops.
Have any of their tests popped up with some traces of something? Is that why this is happening?
All the tests in the river so far came back non-detect.
Are they still telling people not to fish in the river?
Nope, that has been lifted, and that really be answered by DEEP.
All right, can we talk about the fish? Is that
Questions for the chief?
That it for me?
Based on the test results you've gotten so far, are there any conclusions you can draw about how far the chromium actually got?
DEP will say that, yeah.
one night? Have you had firefighters on hand here? So you've had a crew on hand since Wednesday. I mean, you've
Correct.
been here. So this is really rung up a bill, or
Yes,
it's total. How's it affected your department?
How's it affected the department? It has consumed some manpower. We have been using some of our equipment, but we haven't had a lot of equipment here the entire time. What we've had is a chief officer overseeing what's going on to make sure that the people of Southington are safe. So that's really our role here, to make sure everything gets done that needs to be done. And we work very closely with DEEP to keep an eye on the citizens. So.
That's good. Okay.
Jeff Chandler, JEFF, CHANDLER, Supervisor, Connecticut DEEP Emergency Response Unit. So at this point, the Connecticut DEEP Fisheries Unit, as well as the Emergency Response Unit, working in conjunction with the State Department of Public Health toxicologists, have determined that the fishing moratorium for the stretch of Quinnipiac River that was previously shut down and access to the immediate area of the riverbanks has been lifted. The test results of the surface water and the sediment sampling off the bottom of the river and the embankments of the river have proven non-detect for hexavalent chromium, and we are comfortable in lifting the fishing advisory. Any questions?
So, I mean, from what I'm gathering, fishing is back open, work is about to start. The well is the only thing right now that still hasn't gotten back to normal yet.
Right. To ensure public safety, the DEP and the State Department of Public Health, the local water department, in conjunction with the local fire department, we had a meeting earlier. We determined that the best course of action would be to perform extra monitoring over the course of the next several days, and we will, once those sample results come back non-detect, as the previous ones had, all have been non-detect at this point, then they'll open up the wells.
So there's a lot of people concerned. What kind of concern have you been hearing from the people, and how are you reassuring them from the citizens?
I've not heard any concern from the citizens directly, but working with the local water department and all the agencies that previously listed, we really want to ensure that we're adhering to all the safety practices to ensure public safety.
How far out of the building did the chromium get based on the test results that you've had so far?
So with the chromium moving across the roof and then impacting the road surface, that road surface area has been our highest concentrated area. The chromium basically pooled up along the road, the curb. There are a lot of cracks in the roadway at that point, so I had the ability to seep down into ground soil. The first round of excavation was sampled, proved that we still had hexavalent chromium present. A second round of excavation then ensued. Those sample results are still pending to determine whether or not we need to do additional sampling. All the groundwater sampling in the area has been non-detect for the hexavalent chromium sampling that we've done thus far, and we're very encouraged by that. Given the fact that we've had no aquatic mortality in the stream, the water course, and all the way down to into the Housatonic River, we are very confident that what possibly could have gotten into the water body was a very small quantity.
And any idea approximately how much?
It's hard to quantify. It's very difficult to quantify.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you have more, you. Thank you very much.